Let's bring in Scripps News correspondent Joe St. George. Obviously, Joe, huge night for the president, trying to build momentum for the big re-election campaign. So can you walk us through what we should expect to hear tonight?
Traditionally, Blaine, this is the biggest night of the year for the President of the United States, and that's because of just the television audience. Yes, the audience isn't as large as, let's say, 5 years ago or 10 years ago, but north of 25 million people are going to be watching tonight. North of 30 million people are going to be watching tonight. For perspective, a recent full speech that he gave on the White House's YouTube official page only got about 14,000 streams. So there isn't going to be events like this between an election day, maybe his convention speech, certainly the debates, if they happen, would get audiences like this, but you just can't reach the individual, the swing state voter who maybe doesn't pay attention to politics day in and day out like you can tonight. So that's why this is a high-risk, high-reward speech. As far as what we expect in this speech, we expect the president to discuss what he has done to bring down the cost of goods and services and what he plans to do in the years to come. He's going to talk about the importance of protecting democracy. He's going to talk about Ukraine and Russia. We know that Alexei Navalny's widow, Alexei Navalny, the opposition leader to President Putin, recently found dead in a Russian jail. She has been invited to the speech as a guest of the First Lady, so we know that that will be a big part of the address as the president pushes Congress to pass new aid to Ukraine. We expect the border and border security to be brought up as well. Reproductive rights will be a big theme of this address. But in an election year, with an audience like this, and there's polls that showing he has age questions, this is a moment for the president to say, hey, I still got this. Again, high risk, high reward tonight, Blaine.
Obviously, a lot of eyes will be focusing on the president. But of course, after the president speaks, we know there is a response, that address from the Republican Party. So who's going to be doing that this time around? And does something like that even really matter?
Well, it doesn't get quite the numbers that the speech does. Natural inclination, speech is over, people change the channel. But it still is quite a lead-in. So it is going to be a moment for the Republican Party to respond to the claims that President Biden makes in the speech, to contrast the Republican vision, the conservative vision for America, with the vision immediately preceding it set forth by President Joe Biden. What a deliverer of the address today. Talk about a compare and contrast moment. Senator Katie Britt of Alabama has been selected, not necessarily a household name. She may be after tonight. At the age of 42, she was the youngest woman ever elected to the United States Senate as a Republican. Compare that to an 81-year-old commander-in-chief. So the pressure is on her to represent Republicans tonight in front of a large TV audience. If she delivers a strong speech tonight, who knows? By this time tomorrow, she could be in the conversation for VP. We shall see. So big night politically, traditionally the biggest night of the year, although, Blaine, I suspect we'll be saying that phrase a lot here in 2024 between now and Election Day.
Yeah, we've only just begun. Joe St. George live for us this morning in Washington. Thank you so much. And, of course, you can watch the entire State of the Union address and the response. Coverage starts at 9 o'clock tonight right here on WTKR. You see the countdown clock on your screen. Then, of course, stick around for News 3 at 11 with Pari Cruz following the CBS News coverage.